Welcome back to Dirt 5. Today we've got 4 races for you, and the first 2 races are ice races, so Wolverine wasn't that inclined to go first. So Soldierboy's in the car for the first 2. Wolverine's got the second 2. First race, we have the Sub-Zero Sprint at Hand Circuit Reverse, Norway, for a sprint race. Soldierboy is driving the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution VI of the 90s rally class. Now sprint races are short and sweet, several laps, more than normal, 5 laps in this one. What can we do here? I know the title is a bit of a giveaway. Don't know which races return us to winning ways, so I'd watch them all just in case. So here we go, 5th place already. Sprint races, generally on an oval. I'm just glad it's not in the sprint car. The sprint car itself is horrendous to drive, so glad it's the 90s rally class rather than sprint. Already up to 2nd place, 1st place, a little bit ahead of us. I think we're drifting nicely around the corners. I think it's going well. 3rd place for a second there, but we have got it back again. Up on the tail of first. I'm just trying to take him on the outside here. Maybe overcooking a little bit on the corner. But we've just caught up with him. Can we get past? Nose ahead at this point, and we get a better drift, better traction. But he's coming back at us now. Can we hold this? Currently, yes. This is the 3rd lap, nearly the end of the 3rd lap, nearly start 4th in fact. A little bit of a barrier touch there. That's going to slow us down a little bit, but we're averaging 60 miles an hour around this sprint circuit, so I think that's pretty good for the time being. And we're holding the line really well. This car just drifts nicely. It's the ultimate car, I think, for this kind of event. And I know we said we're going to try some new cars, and in this episode we're not really. Only because the type of races they are, we kind of know the cars that work for us, so that's what we've kind of gone for these races. Unfortunately, we did think we could risk it with new cars, but is it worth the risk sometimes? Not on ice. I think ice, you've got to find a car you enjoy that does well for you and you can control it. But we're going to finish this race very quickly. 1st place, it was only 1 minute and 36 seconds for the whole 5 laps. A very quick race indeed. And that is us getting back to winning ways. Is there any more? We shall find out. But a 1st place finish, pretty happy with that. A very good start to the episode. A nice quick race as well. Confirmation of the rewards for our 1st place as well. 3 stamps, which is what we're always after. Minimum of 1 guarantees us to continue. And we have got a little quick message from AJ once we've got all our rewards.
Remember, with this event, it's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Easy to learn, difficult to master. You knock them out.
So that is AJ hinting at a new throwdown. It's a throwdown sprint. We'll get back to the throwdowns later on. We're not too worried about them for the minute. So we're going to move on to traction control at Chola Lake, Nepal for icebreaker event. Again, the reason Wolverine didn't want the first 2 races. For this one, we are driving the Porsche 911 SC RS Rally 90s Rally class. Again, because it's an ice, I wasn't going to risk going for something different. I wanted to use what we knew, what we trusted. I did consider Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution a second time, to be fair, but I think on the longer races, I like the Porsche. The Porsche does well. And we're very quickly up to 7th place. It's 5 laps, so you can imagine, short race. Well, you think it's a short race. It's actually not too bad. Normally these races are 3 laps, but as we've got the showdown, some races have been slightly longer. But 5th place already, doing okay, trying to hold it nicely on the drifts on the ice. See a few cars getting a bit sideways there. We're going to look up to the inside here on the long straight. This is a lovely long straight to get your speed up, but it does kink a little bit just here, and you've got to be aware of that as we get our trading paint achievement for our career mode. 3rd place currently. Can we get the traction going? Try and get any past the top 2. Not quite. They're both going to go to the right. We're going to stay left as we navigate this little turn and junction, and we're going to go up to 1st place. I think the left is faster. We were a little bit behind 1st and 2nd as they went right, and we went left. It gave us the lead. Something to note for the rest of the race, I think. Stay left. 1st place though, and it's always better to chase than be chased, I believe. I think the pressure is on when you're being chased, and we now need to hold our best corners to avoid anyone coming back at us. Got a little bit caught up there, but did okay in the end. Gap is very small, it is not large at all, and that's why we've got to be a bit careful. Nice quick left-hander followed by a right-hander. Not bad. It could have been better. Could have got a bit more speed in there, but we held it well. Onto the long straight. Watch out for the kink coming up. See the bit that can catch you out if you're not careful. A little bit sideways. Right, we've got a choice of Choice coming up shortly. Left-hander first. I got confused on what was coming next. Choice is here. And we're going to stick to the left again. We know the left-hand side is quicker. It was quicker last time. Should be quicker this time. And it is. By a bit, because now we have a gap to the cars behind. That's a decent gap as well. Hopefully we can hold on. As we cross the line for the end of lap 2. Start of lap 3. We are still in the lead. That gap has grown. Now, we've got to really master these corners now to make sure this gap doesn't come down. I'd rather not have them on a tail because less pressure. It's easier to win a race and be chased with a gap. So around the corners nicely. Left-hander here, followed by a quick right-hander. This can easily catch you out as well. That's the thing. You have to kind of anticipate what's coming because they're both followed by a very quick left-hander. A wider, more open left-hander, admittedly. And here's the long straight again. Decent amount of speed, 89 miles an hour. I think we're about maxed the car out on top speed there. Left-hander. Got a bit tight to the inside, got the brake a couple of times there. We're still ahead. Turning to the left again in the choice section. We're going to leave them to go right. I don't know why the AI likes right. It's definitely the slower corner, it would seem. A nice long left-hander now, drifting car nicely. As we're going to come to the end of the fourth lap. End of the third, sorry, start of the fourth. 2 laps to go. Penultimate lap just started. So we've got a nice right-hander here, holding it nicely. Again, we haven't made many mistakes. And I think that's why our lead is what it is at the minute, is the lack of mistakes on the ice. This car just holds the ice really well. Its top speed isn't too bad, it could be better, but I don't think there's many cars in this that generally get above 100 miles an hour, mainly because the track doesn't allow you. A little bit deep into that corner there, but holding it. Our leads probably drop down a little bit, but I think we're okay. But yeah, I don't think there's any tracks that allow you to get that kind of speed that quickly or that easily. So because of that, it's not always about top speed, I don't feel. Choice coming up again here. And as predicted, we're going to stick to the left the 4th time. And that's going to give us a bit more of a lead now against 2nd and 3rd, who are in their own little group. The others are trailing though. They are closing behind. We are staying away from the pack. That keeps us out of trouble. Stops us causing any trouble as well, to be fair. And we'll stay in 1st place as we start the final lap. If we mess this up now, it's not exactly the best way, is it? We've already had 1 win today. Can we get any more? To mess this up on a stupid corner. Would just be ridiculous. Sorry, I couldn't stop myself yawning. I was trying not to yawn. It's been a rough few days as I'm voicing this now. Anyway, we're still in the lead. Long straight coming up. Trying to get the car top back out. 89 miles an hour. Oh, hitting 90. Got a bit faster through there, 94. But then because of the extra speed, got a bit caught up on the inside of the next corner. Choice once more. Left for the 5th time. And final time, in fact. And this should keep our lead intact, I believe, this corner. Got a couple more corners to negotiate, but this could be our 2nd win in a row. The way it's going. 1 small right-hander to go. It's a very gentle corner. And we're going to cross the line for a decent gap in 1st place. That is 2 wins out of 2 for Soldierboy. Back to winning ways. It's always nice to get the wins, isn't it? And confirmation of our win. And then the podium places. And then we have our awards. Now, for the next 2 races, Wolverine's in the seat. We're going to have the first one, which is Gymkhana, so obviously I won't talk. The reason I'm talking about it now is he pressed the button a bit too quickly, so we haven't got much of an intro bit to the race. So for the first event, the next event, first of Wolverine's 2, Gymkhana Jam at Mesa Valley, Gymkhana A, for Gymkhana event. Wolverine has chosen to drive the Citroen C3R5 of the modern rally class. As I said, Gymkhana, we don't normally we don't voice over Gymkhana, there's no point in commentary. But let's see how he gets on. Remember, we need 1 stamp. Did he do it? Did he do it? Yes, he did. Just. He got enough for one stamp right at the end there. I don't know how he managed to pull that out of the bag, but he did. So one stamp done. That Gymkhana is finished. Took him 2 attempts. I've only shown you one of his attempts, but yeah, he did take him 2, but he did it. So next up, to finish off this episode, we have the Yeti. It's at Everest Overlook, Nepal for a land rush event. This is Wolverine's favourite car once again. If you watched the last episode, you saw his amazing comeback. Prepare for more of that. So this is the WS Auto Racing Titan of the Formula Off-Road class. Everyone is in the same car. Whenever you use this car, everyone is in it. I hate this car. It doesn't turn. I'm not a fan, but Wolverine thinks this car is the best thing since sliced bread. So he's in it. And let's see how he gets on. He's already up to 10th from a decent start. You can caught up on the wheels here, and this is the problem. If you get caught up on the other car's wheels, it really causes you issues. It slows you down, stops you turning. Yeah, it's not a good place to be. You need to be away from the car's wheels. And a little bit of barrier there, just sticking out, has turned him around. He is in 12th place. I'm going to avoid saying last because I'm not a fan, and I don't like saying it in front of him. He knows winning is the only way forward, so he doesn't need to know it. Although he knows, if that makes sense. The 12th place of Wolverine now. We need another comeback of the likes of the last episode. Can he do anything here? The snow is coming down. He wasn't very keen when he saw the snow. He wanted me to race for him, and I said no. The only way he's going to get better is by doing. And he loves the car, and I can't stand it. So I don't want to race this car, no matter what. So 11th place, he's gained 1 position back. He's still trying to catch the cars ahead. Caught up a little bit on the back of the end of the car there. That will slow him down. A bit of barrier as well. He's back in the 12th place. This is a 5-lap race. There is time to come back. Second mistake like that, maybe not. But one, yes, possibly. If you can make good of it in the corners. Okay, back down 12th again. He needs to find some corner speed from somewhere. Try and get the right line in. Try and overtake. I think he's gained a position. He has indeed, as we finish the first lap. 1 position gained, up into 11th. Next left-hander. He was momentarily in 10th, but the cars are straight ahead of him. As I say, everyone's in the same car, so that makes a massive difference. It's down to your driving. It's a bit high on the barrier there. It does work to his advantage. 9th place currently. And the group of cars ahead isn't that far ahead. He can see them. He knows what he needs to do. Snow at night isn't really good, ideal surfaces or temperature or view for him, but he'll make do. Up to 8th, a little bit wide an exit. Can he hold this? I think he can. He has held on to 8th place around the corner. A little bit of a mistake by going in too deep, but he's holding his position, so that's important. Okay, will he catch any more? We can still see the cars ahead. The lights are there. Just getting up, trying to get up the inside, but couldn't quite get him on the brakes. Dropping a position there to 9th as the car comes flying past. Still only 2 laps in. Gaps are small, they're not big. He's overtaken by 2 cars there. You see him appear on the right as they jump over him. He's done that to them. It's payback this time. But he's in 8th place now. He's still got a chance. Over through the cover. And left-hander now. Trying to hold it nicely. Getting a bit deep into the corner. Touching the barrier on exit. It's going to cost him some speed. And this is the end of the 2nd lap, start of 3rd lap. Wolverine is in 8th place. That's a gain of 4 from the beginning. So we are gaining, or Wolverine is gaining at least. This lap and 2 more after this to go. So he's got time. Up the inside of 2 cars there, very high onto the barrier, trying to use the momentum to push him around. He makes it work with another double overtake as well after the exit of the next corner. He was up to 4th, he's now up to 5th though. Another car going past up to 6th over the little jump. They just seem to be taking more speed into some of these corners and some of these jumps. And Wolverine isn't experienced enough to know where the limit is, I think. So because of that, he has to just keep going. But 6th place currently. Getting up on the barrier and hitting another rock. That's twice now he's been turned around. That's not good, is it? He could have reset the track, but he didn't. He persevered. He is now down in 12th place. That wasn't what he expected. He'd worked so hard to get back up the order. Been messed up on one little rock once again. Not the ideal way of doing it, is it? Right, 12th place. What can he do? That's the question. It's a nice left-hander coming up here. He's just got to catch up. I think that's all he can do. The barrier touches aren't going to help his top speed though, so that could be an issue. But currently in 11th. End of the third lap. Not quite. I keep getting confused. Every time you see that bridge, you kind of think, oh, it's the end of the lap. No, it's not. It looks similar. So you think, oh, that's the end, but it's not. Okay, up the inside once more, as we are going to go and approach the gate. Start of the 4th lap, the penultimate lap now. And I'd say he's doing well. 8th place currently. Obviously got to cut down on mistakes with the little barrier touches. Just the speed and momentum here up to 6th place. And holds the car nicely, cuts across, stop them making a move back. And he now has 6th place. What a result so far. Wolverine pulling every trick out of his book at this point to try and catch him up. Okay. Can he catch any more? He's up to 5th, but going very deep into the corner. That's the reason he may take the position, because he was going a lot faster in the car. It was braking at the right time, to be fair. It's up to 6th. Up, and he's got to try and hold this. No, not quite. 5th place is really fighting hard of him, which isn't ideal. But he's just holding on at this point. Back down to 6th again. Come on, can he hold on? 5th place. Still got lots of racing to go. There's a whole other lap after this. So we've still got a good chance. In 5th place now. Come on. Can he get a decent result from this? 5th place. 6th is still battling him, but we're going to come to the bridge. I keep thinking that's the end of the lap every time. That's a mistake I want to keep making, I think. At least he doesn't stop. He knows it's not the end, at least. The 5th place currently. Long left-hander here. And then we will see the finish line for the final time. And we're going to start the last lap now. Next time we cross that line, it will be the end of the race. Currently 5th. What other places can Wolverine get here? So far, he is doing okay, especially after his comebacks he's had to make. Can he get anything else though? That's the question. And this group of cars is just ahead. He's just got to try and find a way of catching them. It's going to be on the cornering. If he can get the cornering spot on, there's always a chance at this kind of stage. Under the lights, right-hander, nearly catching 4th place, but just messing up on exit. Got a bit caught up as well on the exit there. Just couldn't get the speed down as he wanted. Left-hander next, and again, just going too deep and touching the barrier. Just managed to get off. He is up to 4th place, but there's a few mistakes creeping in now. 3rd place, 2nd place, forcing his way through. He's up to 2nd, 1st is in his sights. There's still enough of the lap to go to catch him, I believe. He still has a chance here. There's a car jumping on his head. Car jumping to his right, but he holds his nerve. Just carries on. He knows his race is against 1st place. Ignore these other two. They're not important. But unfortunately, he's getting caught up in a battle that he can't really avoid. That's going to slow him down as well. Allow 1st place to gallop away a little bit. Okay, we are up to 4th. And I think doing okay. There's not much more to go. And as we cross the line, it's going to be a 4th place finish for Wolverine. It wasn't the best race. A couple of times he crashed, turned around, had to go again. But if it weren't for the crashes, he could have well have won that. But I still think fantastic finish. Brilliant result for Wolverine. Pulling out of the bag there. And prove that he still has it. I'm joking. He always has it. But it was good fun to watch. A 4th place. Very close to 3rd as well. And like I say, well, the 2 mistakes probably could have been better. But you never know. There's no point dwelling on it. Right. As we get confirmation of rewards, that is the end of this episode. Just like to say thank you to everyone who have watched episodes recently and the new subscribers, very much appreciated. We are done. If you're enjoying this series or any content on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'd like on the episodes, does really help as well. As we say goodbye for the final time today. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you next time.